Hello wonderful person, this is Anton, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at this relatively cool new space game that's currently in early access, known as Wayward Terran Frontier Zero Falls. Let's find out what this game is all about, and welcome to What the Math. So I'm actually going to be showing you the campaign mode, even though there is the sandbox mode as well. And since I've actually just started not so long time ago, I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about what I've discovered in this game, and also just give you an idea of what this game is all about. Now, first of all, this is still in early access, and it is a little bit expensive, but it's actually kind of unique and is definitely worth your time, just to check it out at least. Now, so you can kind of see that there's a tiny character that's walking around here, and we're actually inside the ship right now. We can go inside the capsule right here and use the navigation console to basically get access to our ship right there that we can now control directly. The way this game works is essentially you have two game modes. You have the space game mode, where basically it's a two-dimensional universe, very large universe, extremely large universe that I don't even know how big it is because I was not even able to reach at least one end. And the map itself is not particularly useful in helping you figure out, because you can keep zooming out and it just keeps getting smaller and 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 smaller again. So yeah, this game is huge. It's tremendously huge. But that's not the main advantage of this game. The main advantage is that it's a combination of genres that I actually personally really like. There is RPG in here, there is strategy in here, there is exploration, there's trading, there's mining, there is pirating or piracy. There's a lot of stuff, and all of this is combined into one. Anyway, let's get out of the map here. We're going to go to this first location that's right there. And I believe this is actually some sort of a station, although I don't really know. There's also asteroids here that you can mine, but I don't have a mining module on my ship, because this is just a newbie ship. Now, obviously, because this game involves spaceships, you can fight. You can obviously fire things. You can use weapons. Although I don't remember if I put any guns on this ship. And I think I actually totally forgot to do that. But we'll figure this out as we go along, because obviously there's quite a lot of weapons here as well. Now, it's an RPG, as I mentioned, and there's these mastery points you can actually assign to your character between these 5 different categories. And I haven't really chosen one yet because I don't know what I'm going to focus on yet. But let's actually accelerate and let's go to our first location that's right there at about 52 kilometers away from us. So we can actually use the basically travel drive here that allows us to travel through the galaxy relatively fast. And it's essentially to kind of explore this humongous place. And I think we're about to stop right here. Alright, here we go. Oh, actually we missed it. Let's go see what this is, and while we're actually going and exploring this, I just wanted to kind of briefly mention some of the other features in this game. Now, first and foremost, there is research here that allows you to research various tools, various things that improve your ships and allow you to create even better and more powerful ships as well. The way that research works is that you basically need to capture various vehicles. When I say vehicles, I mean various other ships. You have to either disable them or destroy them, or go to these bases and scavenge things, and we're going to do that in a second. This actually might be a ship that we might be able to capture, but before we do all this, let's just dock in one of these stations, and I'll show you the other part of the game, the other part of the gameplay. So here we can actually try to dock here, and as we're docking, which actually has to be done manually, we're going to go inside this asteroid and discover what it's hiding. And then we're going to go and check out this ship as well. So this is kind of the beginning of the game. And as you progress through this game, what you'll be discovering is a tremendous amount of stuff to do. First of all, you can actually create these humongously, extremely large ships that are way bigger than what I have right now. And so, okay, we're entered the base right now, and this is an air dock here. And right now we can actually well, we have 3 tools here. One of them is a repair tool. One of them is the... Ooh, okay. Yeah, there's also storyline. I forgot to mention that there's a storyline, but this basically is a kind of a robot that always talks to you and tries to deliver a story. And he's telling us that there's monsters here, so we need to actually protect ourselves. And so here they come. I'm going to use our gun, try to kill them. And this essentially introduces the second part of the game, the exploration game, with your character just kind of walking around the ship. And essentially here you can do 2 things. First of all, you can obviously, oh jeez, you can kill things. Okay, I did not see that. Where is he? Okay, I guess he's dead. And the second part is the repair part. So you can actually use the repair tool to repair different parts of the station. Now there's quite a lot of monsters coming at me. I don't know where they're coming from, but maybe we'll go and explore and see where all of this is originating from. And I think I was able to kill all of the monsters, although they kind of damaged me a little bit. But let's actually explore the station and find out what it has. So there's cargo here, and this station is totally empty. Oh, this is a fire extinguisher. This is what I forgot to mention. You can also extinguish fires. There's also a map here that usually allows you to discover new locations nearby. And I think this one actually discovers some kind of a trading station nearby. There's a bar that sometimes has characters you can talk to, but in this case no one. And one of my missions right now is to actually go through these various stations and try to discover and build a new team. Basically a team that will help me survive this universe a little bit better. And looks like there is nothing else here. Oh, here come the monsters. Never mind, there's more monsters coming, and we need to try to eliminate them and see what the rest of the station is like. So as you can see, it's not particularly complicated, it's actually relatively simple, but at the same time this game is tremendously large and tremendously complex. Now obviously I'm not going to be able to cover all of the features of this game. Specifically, I'm not going to be able to... Ooh, look at that, there's a whole shaft here that I can explore. I'm not going to be able to show you any of the larger ships. Oh, the one thing I'm going to mention is that, oh, look at that, I found cargo with golden ore, amazing. Take everything, take it all, and yeah. So at least we got something out of this. We got some gold that we can now sell on the market and make some money. Oh, look at that, there's also weapons, amazing. And we can now have new armor for our captain. And more gold, of course. So this will give us a little bit of money to start. And we can then use the money to either do research or to try to go and trade and make more money. Now looks like this is all this asteroid had. As you can see, this was a kind of a secret entrance that I had to discover by exploring the station. And looks like there is nothing else in here. Yeah, we can now get out. And I'm also going to place a new gun in my inventory and start using this because this is a lot cooler. Look at that, it's a submachine gun. Way faster, has higher DPS, and is a lot more powerful. So let's get out of here. Oh, and by the way, this is what my ship looks like. It also has these various stations here, various things like cargo tool, for example, where I can now place all of the gold that I've collected. And it also has other components that you can build by using your credits and using research, basically. Now the thing is, if you go on Steam, you'll discover that there's quite a lot of ships that have already been constructed by other people, and you can actually download them and use them in this game, which actually is pretty cool. So you don't have to make your own ships, you can just download them from other people. And this allows for a tremendous amount of creativity, obviously, and of course sharing. But we're going to... okay, we're not going to try not to bump into asteroids, and we're going to go and find out what this place is. Now, I haven't really explored this game in a lot of detail just yet, but from what I've read about it from other people, is that there's some tremendously complex stuff here. Like, for example, you can actually, once in a while, discover these tremendously large ships that you can try to disable and capture for yourself by doing things like, for example, asteroid. For example, making a hole in the hull of the ship and suffocating the entire crew on the inside so you don't have to fight them, and then docking to the ship, repairing it, and, you know, taking it for a ride and essentially returning it to your station, which I believe is somewhere right here. And then you can use some of the components you discovered in that ship to create your own beautiful, amazing models, more powerful than before. Now, I'm obviously not there yet. I'm not even close to... Oh, jeez, too many asteroids. I'm not even close to being there. But what you can do in this game and what this game already has is quite impressive. Now, this is early access. This is not even finished yet. The storyline is kind of a placeholder. There's not a lot of stuff going on, but even what you have now is already very impressive. And unfortunately, I smacked into asteroid and died, losing all of my progress and my gold, of course. Now, this is actually what the home station looks like. Let me just kind of guide you through it and show you what it's like. It's essentially very similar to the other asteroids, but here you have a bar where you can talk to your personal robot and you can order drinks and stuff. And all of the characters you collect will actually be here as well later on. Now, let's actually go to this area known as the logistics center, and let me show you what you can do. So essentially, when you do research and when you acquire new parts, new things, you can actually spawn a ship and give it different modules and different weapons. And basically, you can go into the ship module creator and then attach anything you want to your ship. So, for example, let's see if I have anything to attach. Actually, we have a weapon. And I think, unfortunately, we don't really have any weapons research just yet, so I need to capture some more ships before I can do that. But this is how and what the ship manager looks like. You basically have the power that you need to connect. You have all of the various structure elements that you have to create and connect as well. And this allows you to create a ship of your liking. But if you're lazy like me, you don't have to do this. You can just go and download them from Steam directly. Alright, so here's our new ship. It's just been spawned, and we can now essentially go into the docking port again and board our ship and go explore the rest of the universe. So once you are here, you can then proceed back to the location where you're trying to go, and just like that, we finally reached this object that we were looking for, and it looks like it's some sort of a space station. So here, I believe we can actually, let's see, yeah, there's a lot of docking ports. We can basically dock and explore and find out what's on it. And it looks like this is a trading station that has some of the stuff you can buy if you wanted to, and very likely has a lot of people in the bar that we can talk to. And look at that, there's one person here, so we can talk to him now, and he might... And just like that, we now have a new crew member, and we can now continue our quests in the rest of this universe. Now, so that's essentially what the game is like in a nutshell, but obviously it's a lot more complex as you play through it a lot more, and as you discover new parts, create new ships, make more money, and uncover other mysteries in this universe. Now, because this game is procedurally generated, the actual universe and the actual parts of the universe in it are always different. It's always going to be a little bit different for everybody, and most importantly, it's kind of unpredictable in that sense, because you don't really know what part of the universe you're going to start in, what's going to be around you, what kind of items you're going to discover by flying around, and what factions are nearby. It's also kind of fun to just explore and, you know, become a pirate, and then basically try to create a very large fleet that you can try to send to some unknown regions of this beautiful space, and then cause some havoc. So that's the game in a nutshell. This is the game known as Wayward Terran Frontier Zero Falls. And honestly, this is actually one of the more fun space games I've tried in a while, but obviously this is still just a kind of a first look, not a review. So do check out this game by yourself, and if you think you like it, maybe support the developer and buy it as well. I know it's not cheap, it's like 30 euros last I checked, but if you are into these kinds of games, you're going to enjoy it as well. Anyway, we can actually go into the arena now and maybe do the survival mode and see what it's like. Now, I believe in this mode, you actually have to try to... Oh, I can do high difficulty too. You have to basically survive for as long as you can. Now, you don't really have any weapons, I believe, though. And so you have to go and try to discover something like a weapon or a new ship that you can try to... board and then essentially use it for attack and for defense. For now though, our ship is really tiny and has absolutely nothing on it. Unless I Yeah, no, there's nothing here. It's totally tiny and has nothing. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to show you in this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Come back tomorrow to learn something else, and space out, and as always, bye-bye. And let's actually accelerate toward this enemy and try to maybe, just maybe, dock with this enemy and try to steal his weapons, or basically just kill his crew without him knowing what's going on. So let's just try to dock and see if we can maybe, just maybe, defeat him that way. Engage docking ports. Oh no, there's nothing here. I can't do anything to him. His docking port is closed. Well, that's not cool. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.